Their second 50-goal man had 2 assists on Sunday afternoon in the losing effort, but opens the scoring in the first period. A perfect one-time shot off the pass from Janney. Brendan Shanahan's first of the playoffs at 2:06, an even strength goal, making it 1-0 St. Louis despite being outshot 18-11 in the first period. The Blues got the only goal. People come in all kinds of attire for a Dallas Stars playoff game. In fact, it might be Andy Moog if it weren't for the mustache sitting in the seats here at Reunion Arena. A goaltender's mask over the face of one of the fans here at Reunion. Hockey fans, you can capture the excitement of the Stars' first year with the inaugural year commemorative packet. Blockbuster presents the Stars highlight video. Go into the dressing room. Play golf with Mike Modano. All the highlights to date and Stanley Cup playoff highlights yet to come. Plus the inaugural season yearbook. All this only $19.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling. My friends, a bargain at twice the price. Call 214-GO-STARS.
You and I spend some time in the dressing rooms
yes,
of
we
hockey
do.
teams,
yes.
And that is the appropriate word.
Correct.
Dressing rooms.
Yes.
There are no lockers in hockey rooms. They're just dressing stalls.
Yes, they're dressing stalls. It is not a locker room. We just have to make sure everybody's on the right page. Stars want to get back on page 1. They had a good attack in the first period, Mike. They had chances. Now what they need to do is put away some of those chances. I think they've got to be fairly pleased with the first period, although they didn't get any goals.
Well, I think you're right, and especially considering what we talked about before the game, the Blues had to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the Stars in that first period. If that's everything, including every kitchen sink in St. Louis, then the floods there are a lot worse than I thought.
I was going to say the Blues are in a little bit of trouble if that's everything, because really, if it wasn't for that one nice one-time shot by Shanahan, Blues really didn't have that much going.
St. Louis takes the opening faceoff of period number 2. Here's Hull working it out to center ice to Stastny. Gets across the line into the Dallas zone to our right, but the Stars bring it out to center. Gilchrist has it knocked free. It's played back into the Dallas zone in the corner. Ledyard starts out. Rink-wide pass for Ludwig. Bats it off the backboards, and it's played all the way out to center ice. Kasatonov to pick it up. Works to the near boards. Played back into the St. Louis end by Ledyard. Alexei Kasatonov off the skates of Brett Hull, picked up at center ice by Ludwig. He hits Modano with a pass at the center line. Drives it on into the St. Louis zone. Joseph gets hung up behind the net, lost the puck in his skates. Now it's bounced in front of the net and played out of there by Mackey, the length of the ice. In to take possession is Matvichuk. He had Hull right with him, and Richard Matvichuk stayed along with Brett Hull even though his stick was being held. Got his skates to the puck and took possession that way. Smart move by Matvichuk.
It was really a nice play by Matvichuk. He used Hull and moved around him, using Hull's body to propel him around Hull to make the touch. Brett Hull, 8 goals, 8 assists in 13 career playoff games against the Stars. You know he can hurt you. What you like to do is minimize the damage. Had a goal and an assist in game 1. Just recorded his 5th straight 50-goal season. He's got over 50 goals in the playoffs. It's 51 of them in 70 career playoff games.
Neil Broughton struggles for the faceoff. It comes near side, and Miller takes it for the Blues, flips it out to center ice. Now Janney dumps it across the line, and back into the Stars' end is Hatcher. Clears it up the right wing boards. Gagne to the blue line of St. Louis, in on the left wing side, fires toward the net. That's blocked. And out comes Steve Duchesne to center. Duchesne back into the Dallas zone on right wing to Janney, fires a shot. Wakaluk's got the glove save and hangs on. It is certainly nothing of the frenetic pace that we saw in the first period. Very relaxed this beginning of the second period.
And that plays into the hands of the Dallas Stars, Mike. Bob Gainey wants his team to be patient. As always, they'll get their opportunities. Just hang in there. They're not going to press. They're only down by 1 goal. It's 1-0. Stars just play their game, play defense, don't allow the Blues any good second chances. Craig Janney's shot came from the circle to Walk's left. Easy shot for Walk to handle. 19 goals, 72 assists in 88 career playoff games. Janney led the Blues with 68 assists despite playing in only 69 games this season. His 84 points was third behind Hull and Shanahan. He set up Shanahan for the game's only goal in the first three.
From the faceoff, Nedved throws it wide of the Dallas net. The Stars quickly clear the zone. It bounces to center ice. Gagne hustling across the line, gets tripped up on the play, and back comes Tilly to Hull on right wing. Now to Roberts across the line to Hull. He's in, shoots, and it's wide of the net. Picked up on the far boards by the Stars, and here comes Courtnall on the attack on right wing. He fires, just blazing that wide of the St. Louis goal. On the rebound, it comes all the way down the ice back into the Dallas end, and Ludwig goes into the corner after it. Ledyard clearing it out to Trent Platt. Back again to Grant Ledyard. Left side pass taken by Platt to the blue line for Ledyard, on into the corner, and Tilly goes back behind his own goal. There's the pass over on the left boards for Murray Barron. Barron on the left wing, flips out to center ice. It tips off the stick of Hull and is taken back now to the Dallas line. Paul Cavallini gets across the blue line to Courtnall, over to Platt, right in front. Oh, and a shot goes high and wide off a deflection. It makes its way up into the seats, and the Stars with a good scoring chance there, but Modano could not get it close enough to the goal to beat Joseph.
Better call the U.S. Patent Office on that backhand pass by Courtnall. How many of those have we seen lately? Trent Platt's arms go in the air. He thought the Stars had set the table for the game-tying goal. Nice pass by Courtnall again to Klatt. It's a little behind him. He gives it to Modano, and from that range, about 15 feet out to Joseph's right, Modano just blistered it. It went off something and then went into the seats behind. Mike Modano this season scored a career-high 50 goals, also reached the career high for points that he set last year with 93, equaling that mark.
Blues get the draw. They start out to their own line. Right wing pass, Housley up to center ice. Dumps it back into the Dallas zone. Played by Wakaluk up the near board. Stastny keeps it in. It goes rink wide now for Bozon. Throws it behind the net again for Stastny. Wakaluk almost got caught out of the goal back there as he bumped with Peter Stastny. Now Cavallini into the corner. Cavallini starts out right wing side up to center ice. At the blue line is Pelle Eklund, but crossing into the zone. The play is called offside as the Stars already had Mike Craig in on the right wing. This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Network. Don't miss out on these playoff edition collectibles featuring the Dallas Stars against the St. Louis Blues t-shirts and the inaugural year playoff program. It's all yours for $18 plus $3 for shipping and handling. Operators are standing by. Call 214-GO-STARS now. And the fifth caller tonight receives a second shirt free. So if you start calling now, fifth caller gets that second shirt for free. Rick Zombo starts out now for the Blues, brings it ahead to the center line. Shanahan's across the line, throws to the Dallas net, deflected wide by the stick of Wakaluk. Out to Janney, poked to center ice. Neil Broughton hustling ahead, gets hooked on the play by Zombo. No call as he was held back, and the fans don't like that, and they are correct. Nice hook thrown there by Zombo, and he gets away with it. There's a long slap shot by Miller in on goal on the Dallas end. The save is made by Wakaluk. Janney walking in from the right wing. Brings it back to the point. A shot by Murray Barron. On goal. Wakaluk makes the save and hangs on.
Boy, Darcy wasn't sure where that one was. He caught it in the crook of the elbow against his right ribs. Was able to hang on to it as he sort of fell to his right. Wakaluk, the surprise, maybe game one starter for the Dallas Stars against the St. Louis Blues. But when you asked Andy Moog about it, he wasn't surprised at all. He said you have to be living in a cave if you don't see what's going on here. Darcy has played better than I have, said Andy Moog, and he deserves the start. Andy Moog is maybe the classiest act you'll ever come across, in full support of Darcy Wakaluk, and boy, he is just top shelf all the way.
Right from the faceoff now, some players starting to push and shove, and the linesman had to get out there and keep them apart. Shane Churla and Dave Mackey starting to threaten one another. The faceoff will be to the right side of Wakaluk in Dallas ice. Gilchrist with Churla and Modano. Doug Zamolik is out on defense with Cavallini. Here's a wrist shot by Tilly, blocked and now thrown to the near corner. Chased behind the goal. Cavallini steers it out to Modano on the left wing. Mike Modano moves the puck to Cavallini, back to Gilchrist left side. Gilchrist to Modano. He's across the line. Modano coming on, a shot. There you go! What a great effort from center ice on in as Mike Modano took the pass, worked his way through the St. Louis defense, and beats Joseph off the goal post. This game is tied at 1-1.
Oh, he fights through checks at center ice. He fights through the check of Chase, fights through another push, and then goes short side on Joseph. What a play by Mike Modano. He uses his great balance, great speed, great shooting ability to make an individual effort that ties this game at 1. This is why the Stars have Mike Modano in their lineup. One shot can change a game. It has. What an effort by Modano. 1-1.
Mike Modano. His first goal of the playoffs, assisted by number 41, Brent Gilchrist, and number 14, Paul Cavallini. Time to the goal, 4:25.
Here's another chance, a shot, and it goes! Russ Courtnall on the right wing, a blazer over the shoulder of Joseph. Reunion Arena is going bananas.
It's hard to hear myself think. Courtnall steals the puck and bang, right underneath the crossbar. Joseph doesn't have a prayer. First shift after a goal, so important. And the Stars looking to bury the Blues. Make them pay once, make them pay twice. Joseph knows he should have this shot. Blues make an error trying to clear the puck, and Courtnall's there. It should be an unassisted goal.
Russ Courtnall. His first goal of the playoffs, unassisted. Time of the goal, 4:47. Scoring 4 down.
So Russ Courtnall and Mike Modano have given the Dallas Stars a 2-1 lead here early in the second period. More pressure now in the St. Louis zone. Duchesne flips it out to center ice in desperation as Zamolik is back to get it. He feeds to Modano, right wing for Courtnall, but it goes back inside the St. Louis line and is picked up now over on the right boards. Zombo starts out to center to Duchesne, left wing. Stastny flipping it across the Dallas line. Stars in the lead, 2-1. Here's Modano, right wing for Klatt. Klatt is pulled to the ice, and there's no call. Out to center, here is Matvichuk taking it deeper into his own end. Now over to Paul Cavallini. Cavallini winds it off the left boards to center. It's too far for Modano. Zombo has it knocked down, takes it back into his own end. Rick Zombo leads it out to the blue line, has it poke checked by Eklund. Eklund into forecheck now. Duchesne winds it off the boards for Craig, and Craig throws it right back into the St. Louis zone. Into Steele. Here's a centering pass now from McPhee, and Craig couldn't find it. The puck cleared all the way out to center, and the whistle blows and play is stopped as the puck is deflected out of play. We'll have a face-off back inside St. Louis ice, and the Stars have turned this game around here in the early going of the second period.
And they tried to turn it around even more, Mike, right after that goal by Courtnall. Gainey left that line. Modano, Courtnall, and Klatt on the ice. Courtnall, who's had great success in the playoffs, made it 2-0 on his first career playoff goal as a Star. 31, 24, 65 points. 55 points in 86 career playoff games. But Gainey went right back to offense. Let's bury him. They gave us the crease. Let's bury him. You gotta like it.
Neil Broughton leans in to work the draw. He wins it. Here's a shot. Stopped by Joseph, kicking it wide. It came off the stick of Hatcher. Back come the Blues. Up to center ice is Janney into the Dallas zone. And Hatcher wrestles him in behind the net and knocks him down. Now the Blues, Tom Tilley with a drive. That's deflected wide. Picked up now by Gagne. He starts out to Matvichuk. Right wing to Hatcher. Hatcher to center. Flips to the blue line. It hit Neil Broughton. He has to chase it out to center ice and directs it back inside the St. Louis zone. Back come the Blues on the attack. Tilly, a lead pass for Miller. Kevin Miller, who was injured and did not play in game one. Over to Shanahan. Back passes to the point. Nobody there. Comes out to center. Tilly's back to get it again. Tilly to Housley. Back to Tom Tilly. Works to center ice. Over on the right wing side. Now here's Nedved coming on. He centers it. The Blues score. A quick shot as Brett Hull came cruising in down the slot and took a perfect feed pass from Nedved. St. Louis has tied this game at 2-2.
Peter Nedved doing some good work. Craig Ludwig respects the speed of Nedved, gives him a lot of cushion. Hull is tied up, but still manages to get the shot through traffic and through a good check as he's being tied up in front of the Dallas net by one of the Stars' defensemen. But a great pass by Nedved on the backhand. Hull beats his man and just directs it past Walk's glove, and the game's tied at 2.
Playing their way back inside the St. Louis zone. It's cleared off the backboard by Kasatonov. He goes up the right wing now for Hull. Brett Hull drives it into the Dallas end. Ledyard to the corner, takes it in behind the goal, up the left boards for Mike McPhee. He works to center ice. Here's Eklund across the line. Has it poke check. Craig reaching in for it. Has it knocked away, and Nedved is again there to start back to Hull. Hull to center. Inside the line for Nedved, back into the near corner, and it's played behind the goal. A jam up on the backboards as Roberts tries to get free. Ludwig's got him tied up. Won't let him move. And the puck is frozen and play is stopped. 12:11 to go in the second period. There's a break in the action. This game is tied at 2. This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
Playoffs, Brett Hull does a great job fighting through the check in the front of the net, waiting for the pass from Nedved to tie this game at 2.
From the faceoff, here's Stastny in the corner now in the Dallas zone to our right. Zamolik is in to tie him up. Grabs on to Philippe Bozan. Bozan playing the puck back to the near corner. He's chased by Mike Modano. Cavallini tips it free, and it's worked loose over on the far boards for Churla. He gives it up, though. It's kept inside the line by Prokhorov, and his shot goes wide. Now Gilchrist starts out. Works ahead to center. Churla across the line. Back to Duchesne. Duchesne winds it off the glass. Back to the point. Cavallini keeps it in. Now here's Modano to get it. Back to the right point again. Cavallini shoots wide of the goal. Played over to Churla. In front. Knocked down. And on the left boards, Vitaly Prokhorov starts ahead. He shoots it back into the Dallas end. In for the Stars to get it is Doug Zamolik. Zamolik out to Gilchrist. Works it to Cavallini. Paul Cavallini hooked and has to dive to get the puck. Awful lot of clutching and grabbing that was called in game one, and it's going uncalled here in the second game of this series. Now Cavallini out to center ice to Modano. Just about found Courtnall. Taken back inside the St. Louis zone. Zombo gets crunched on the near boards. The puck cleared to the blue line. And for Dallas, Modano is back to play it. Works it ahead to Courtnall. Looks for Klatt, but can't find him. The Blues take over in neutral ice. Shanahan bounces it at the red line. Modano picks it up. Mike Modano inside the blue line of St. Louis. Shanahan steals and starts back. Brendan Shanahan taken out by Matvichuk. Matvichuk hit with a high stick. And nothing called. Here comes Courtnall back on the attack on right wing. Courtnall, poke check at the blue line. And the Blues, Brendan Shanahan is over to get it. Now to Tom Tilly. Tilly back into his own zone. Turns in the corner. And starts ahead a long lead pass to center ice. That pass was not offside according to the linesman. And back come the Stars. Here's Gagne. Inside the line on right wing. Tries to get around his man. Fires! And it's deflected. And off the glass. Goes into the seats for a souvenir with 9:58 remaining here in the second period.
Neil Broughton, Dave Gagne coming in on the 2-on-1. Neil will wear the C through this playoff series. They will go back to the rotation with the alternates. Shane Churla will wear it in the next series if necessary, and then the following series it'll go to Mike Modano if the Stars get that far. Big, heavy, thunderous hits thrown by the Dallas Stars. Courtnall leveled one. Matvichuk along the near wing boards. All inspired play. And inspiring has been one word to describe the season that Neal Broten put together this year. His best in 3 seasons with the Stars. Neal, the all-time leader for the Stars in playoff game appearances, 106, counting this one tonight.
Blues get the face-off, and Housley's back now into his own zone. Bats to the side of the goal, just about gave Joseph some trouble on that one. But he gets out of it, and it comes back to center ice. Joseph was surprised to see that puck from Housley coming so close to the net. He intended to throw it behind the goal. Back in Dallas ice now. Just under 10 minutes to play in the second period. Stars and Blues locked up 2-2. Mike Forens with Ralph Strangis. Here at Reunion Arena tonight. Over on the right wing, Neal Broten to the blue line. Has the puck taken away. Paul Broten back to get it. And launches it inside the St. Louis zone. Housley back of the goal. Long pass up the right wing. Off the skate of Hull. Taken by Ludwig. Over to Cavallini inside Dallas ice to Churla. Tipped ahead for Evason. He's got Nedved right on him. They tie up in front of the Dallas players bench. Churla works it across the line. It's poked back to center. Dean Evason hangs on with Nedved. Nedved's helmet comes off again, and here's Cavallini pushing it on into the zone. We've got a penalty call as Cavallini wrestled to the ice by Kasatonov. The puck sent wide of the St. Louis goal. The whistle blows. Play is called. This one for holding at 11:15 of the second period against Kasatonov. Stars on the power play when we return. This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
This year, Alexei Kasatonov, and he goes for holding as he wraps up Paul Cavallini. And the Stars go on their 3rd power play of the hockey game, Mike. Not yet a power play goal.
First penalty call of the second period. It's incredible with what we've seen going on out there. Here's Matt Tkachuk back at the point to take it on the power play. Fires the shot just wide. Rebound back to the near corner for Kortnoff. Now to Hatcher at center. Rink wide. Taken at the right point as Matt Tkachuk steadies it into the corner. Kortnoff right out front, a shot. Save made by Joseph on the drive by Modano. And Shanahan clears the puck from the zone. The Stars could have had a penalty called against them on that play as a trip occurred back inside the St. Louis end. Doug Teckel from Mount Calm, Texas, is next up on the Molson power play. Doug, I hope I'm saying your last name right. Doug Teckel. Inside the St. Louis zone, and now we're going to see that penalty call as Herkus was pulled down by Modano. It should have been called earlier. This time Paul Dvorsky decides to go ahead and blow the whistle. And that is only the first St. Louis penalty to Kasatonov. Here's the first Dallas penalty against Modano of this second period.
Boy, but the Stars had the table set earlier on the power play. That's the shot they want. They fired it across. And a nice one-timer by Modano. Then Michael gets caught. That's a tripping penalty. Changes flow, changes possession, especially on the power play. Dvorsky will make that call all the time. And Modano's in the box for tripping. It's the Stars' second minor penalty of the game for 4 minutes. Blues were scoreless on their first power play opportunity of the hockey game. They'll get another in 1:13, and Bob Gainey's club, Mike, has stayed out of the box. They've gotten some help in that department from Paul Dvorsky, a very differently officiated game this time around.
Yeah, but it affects the Stars the other way because of the things that the Blues have done that they've gotten away with. Of course, that's what Ron Caron, the general manager of the Blues, said that he wanted. He didn't like the way all the things were called the other night, so we're certainly seeing a different result from a different official. Of course, that doesn't surprise you that Ron Caron would have something to say about officiating, does it?
Oh, no, not at all. And you know, I also believe, though, that it doesn't hurt the Stars at all to get into a lower penalty minute total game.
No doubt. Here's Herkus inside the line to Hull. A rocket right on. Wakaluk the save. Darcy Wakaluk hangs on and makes the glove save to keep this one tied at 2.
Darcy Wakaluk said, it isn't what I do as a goaltender, it's what the team does to keep Hull off of me. And Hull gets a blistering shot as he shakes loose, and Walk leans over watching that one go to his glove, his trapper. On the scoreboard here on the Jumbotron at Reunion Arena, big sign, Darcy, Darcy. He has become a crowd favorite, posting career highs this season in wins and games played. And The young man from the Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta, which, as you know, Mike, is very close to Head Smashed in Buffalo Jump, really making a name for himself.
Well, they're calling out his name in this building now, chanting Darcy, Darcy, after some of these big saves, and he came up with a big one there to stop the man they call the Golden Breath. In 25 seconds, the Blues will get Kasatonov back, and then they'll have the power play. Here's Ludwig on the right wing, gets across the line, and as he charges in, tries to flip the puck into the zone and hits the stick of Prokhorov and goes up into the seats for a souvenir.
You know how they say it's not what I say, it's what you hear? Interesting example of that. Craig Ludwig brings the puck into the St. Louis zone in a 3-3 game the other day. Grant Ledyard shakes loose and is standing in front of the net all by himself. Ledyard says to me this morning, I looked at Ludwig, he looked me square in the eye. I knew Craig was going to fire the puck at my feet, so I deflected it into the goal. I went and asked Ludwig about the play. I said, Ledyard gave you a lot of credit on that play. Luds, what happened? He said, well, I looked at him like, why aren't you back at the blue line? So when I saw him down there, I shot it at his feet. Two interpretations of the same event.
That's typical. Here comes Hatcher starting back now for Dallas on the left wing. Gets it across the line into the corner. Housley ties up. Neil Broughton tries to work it loose. Paul Broughton to help him out, but back come the Blues on the attack. Nedved down the right wing. Lofts it into the corner. Hatcher holds off Hull on the play. And the puck comes in front of the Dallas net. Ludwig's there, and he's got it. Craig Ludwig out to center ice. Long drive, stopped by Joseph. The Stars want to test Joseph with some long shots occasionally. Blues come back, and Janney throws it into the Dallas end. Now back to the left point. Puck thrown to the corner. Ludwig's back to get it. Hammers it off the sideboards, and it clears the zone and bounces out to center ice. Now Gilchrist on the left wing. Gets across the line. Gilchrist, a wrist shot. That's blocked aside by Joseph into the corner. Played behind the net. Housley over to get it. Mike Modano over to pick it up for Dallas. Modano circles. Comes on. Gets held on the play. The puck cleared to the near boards, and Housley puts it out to center ice. As it's dumped back in, the Stars are offside on the play. This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
Modano has the scowl of a winner on his face, and he is persistent. Gets that big curl going through the Blues zone. Only Housley's poke check prevented him from getting another good shot at Joseph.
Blues control the play. Zombo brings it ahead to center ice. Down the left wing, it's dumped into the corner now by Prokhorov. And in behind the net, oh, good hit thrown. Into play the puck now is Cavallini steering it to center. Just missed getting a pass to Courtnall. Zombo keeps it off and pushes it back inside the Dallas end. Now Doug Zamolik in the corner. Bozon into check. He threw the body hit before, and here comes Modano out to center ice. Takes a spill near the red line. The puck recovered by Murray Barron of St. Louis. Over to Zombo. Out to center. Here's Bozon flipping it across the line. Back into the Dallas zone. Played off the side glass by Wakaluk out to center. And Zombo is back to get it. Throws it back inside Dallas territory. Zamolik is back to touch. Icing is the call. The faceoff comes back inside the St. Louis zone.
Dougie Zamolik is one of the newest Dallas Stars players, and you know, I wonder if he's been to Incredible Universe. What a store.
Well, it's pretty new, and so is he, but
yes,
maybe on an off day, it'd be worth his while to go out there.
It's not a bad way to get into this, is it? The Stars have found a new universe, the Incredible Universe. The Stars announced the grand opening of two new Star Stuff locations, one in Arlington and one in Dallas. Stop by one of the two Metroplex Incredible Universe locations today and buy your playoff Stars stuff. Seen the end of Dougie Zamolik's stick? He's got that big club tape job.
Must have always done it that way. That's the only thing I can figure. Players get into habits, the way they tape their sticks, the way they do the knobs, the way they do the ends. Very unusual, some of the ways these players prepare them. Zamolik is in tonight. Mike Lawler is out. Here's a shot by Matvichuk, and the save made by Joseph. The puck cleared to center. Dave Barr, Mike Needham, George Donnelly. Alan May also scratched from the Dallas lineup, in addition to Mark Tenorti, who of course is still injured with that broken leg. Blues back in their own end. Gagne tries to tip it out, but Craig Janney starts ahead to center ice. Takes it at the center line, and it's poked loose now. Over on the wing comes Neil Broughton to Gagne. A backhand shot and a save by Joseph, and the rebound cleared by Duchesne to the sideboards. Now Janney starts ahead to center ice. He's across the Dallas line. Throws it in front of the net. Diving poke check to clear it out of there by Hatcher. Hatcher's back of the goal to start out. Darian Hatcher up to center. Right side for Eklund. Across the blue line of St. Louis. Drop pass. Hatcher walking in. A wrist shot. Oh, and he fired it wide. Now it's played off the sideboards out to center, and Shanahan comes back for the Blues. Shanahan walking in. Side of the net pass. Taken around the goal by Housley. Turns and flips it wide of the Dallas net. Now Kelly Chase throws it back of the goal. Centering pass in front. Saved by Wakaluk. And Chase puts a stick up and hits Matvichuk in the face. There's a penalty call coming. A delayed call against the Blues. Eklund winds it across the line to Craig, and the whistle blows, and Mackey gets a stick up on Mike Craig. The puck was lying loose in the goal mouth. Matvichuk reached for it and cleared it wide, holding off Kelly Chase, and Kelly Chase came up high with a stick and bopped Matvichuk right in the noggin.
Paul Dvorsky was right there, and Matvichuk went down like a sack of rocks. I mean, he wasn't moving, laying face forward. He's now up and on his way to his feet, as Dave Supranaut is attending to Matvichuk. Now the discussion will be, will it be a pair of minors, one minor, or a 5-minute major for high sticking?
I think all they're talking about at this point is a minor to St. Louis. It will not be a major penalty, so apparently no injury to Matvichuk.
Matvichuk down on the ground. He's up now and skating to the Stars bench. Didn't look to be shaken up as much as it initially appeared. Kelly Chase is in the penalty box and has some choice words. Fans booing a 2-minute minor against the St. Louis tough guy Chase.
Number 39, Kelly Chase. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 16:41. St. Louis penalty on number 39, Chase. 2 minutes for high sticking at 16:41.
Bob Gainey not at all happy about what that penalty wound up being against the St. Louis Blues. Bob Berry probably considers himself fortunate that it was only a 2-minute minor penalty. Time of the penalty, 16:41. Game's tied at 2 in the second, Mike. Big opportunity for the Stars again.
Great chance for them back on the power play, and another chance for Doug Teckel of Montcalm, Texas, who is resuming his chance here on the Molson power play. Falls faceoff. Brian Murphy, seeing the players come in too soon, and blows the whistle. Gord Brasiker will drop the puck again. Blues win the draw. Herkus is out there for that purpose and pulls it back, and the puck slammed all the way down the ice. And now Trent Klatt gets wrestled along the sideboards. He and Murray Barron were going at it, and Klatt's helmet was pulled off. Here's Cavallini now to move it out. Stick handles up ahead to center ice. The pass comes to Courtnall across the line. Russ Courtnall setting it up. Back to the point. Slap shot. Right on. Klatt reaching for it. He's knocked on his backside, and nothing's called. And the puck cleared to the corner. Now played by Courtnall in behind the goal. Courtnall looking for Klatt. Centers. It comes back to Ledyard at the left point. Ledyard into the corner. Tipped off the sideboards by Modano. Back to Klatt. Klatt throws it behind the net. Courtnall's got the puck. He waits behind the goal. Looks for Modano in front. Carries. Passes. A shot by Modano. Off the skate of Barron. Here's a penalty call coming now. A delayed call against St. Louis. Klatt's got the puck in the corner to Cavallini. Down the middle. The whistle blows. Play is called. A cross-checking penalty now against the Blues.
What a tough kid Trent Klatt is, Mike. He went out there and took everything the St. Louis Blues had to give him, battling without his helmet out in front of the net. He's knocked down 2 or 3 times. He keeps bouncing back, and he's the guy that draws that penalty. The call against Murray Barron. cross-checking the call. Klatt is working out front, trying to get that puck on his backhand and up, and he's knocked down, but he gets back up and is hit down again by Barron. Courtnall working behind the goal, trying to center it, and gets it to Modano. He gets whacked. Klatt gets whacked a couple of times. Then the penalty call by Dvorsky. Stars with a two-man advantage. This is where they made hay on Sunday afternoon.
You bet. Well, I've told you before about my theory, and that is that if you're playing the game and your helmet comes off, isn't it funny how your intensity level doubles? You will always play twice as hard once your helmet gets knocked off.
It's the adrenaline level out there, and Trent Klatt really felt it. He helped his team a lot.
Modano works the face-off. The Blues get it. It's cleared to the point. Cavallini keeps it in. Over to Courtnall on the power play. Back to Cavallini. Two-man advantage. Cavallini side of the net to Courtnall. Back to Cavallini. He wings it over right side. Slap shot. And Ledyard's drive kicked away. Now Shanahan wrestles in the corner with Gagne. And the whistle blows. Play is stopped, and there's going to be a face-off. They ruled that the puck was frozen. And there'll be a face-off in the St. Louis zone, down to 35 seconds on the Kelly Chase penalty. 1:39 left on the call to Murray Barron.
Paul Dvorsky buying Brendan Shanahan's act, freezing the puck along the wall. Dave Gagne, Mike Modano battling for it, and he gives the Blues the benefit of the doubt as that puck, number 1, was on its way coming loose. Number 2, Brendan Shanahan was no doubt trying to cover it. Shanahan had 100 points this season for the first time in his career. 102 of them led St. Louis in scoring. Got a hat trick here 8 days ago, getting goals number 47, or 48 rather, 49 and 50 to complete the 50-goal season.
Blues try to clear. It's sent back to the point, kept in now by Courtnall, taken away and hammered off the boards and sent all the way down the ice. Grant Ledyard in his own zone. Right side pass to Modano to Courtnall at center. Now across the line, Gagne into tie up, has it knocked free. Modano's in there and has it poked away. Duchesne clearing to the point. Courtnall keeps it in. He passes to Modano, but it bounces off his stick wide. Now back to center point. Cavallini, left wing side. Played behind the net. Penalties over. Blues now down one skater. Modano looking for Cavallini. Has it poked away, and the Blues come back. Kelly Chase out to center. Drives it into the Dallas zone off the stick of Modano. Picked up by Ledyard behind the net. 1 minute to go in the second period. Still 45 seconds remaining in the penalty call. Here's a slap shot. And that's deflected and rises up into the seats for a souvenir.
Dallas Stars have had some good chances on the power play, Mike. This is their 5th power play they're working on now. The Blues have had but 2. You can count on one thing. Probably St. Louis will get some opportunities to even that score in the third period. Stars with under a minute in the second, which has been a good period for Bob Gainey's troops. They began the period down 1-0. They took a 2-1 lead, and then St. Louis tied it at the 7:01 mark when Brett Hall beat Darcy Wakaluk. That's where we are now. 39 seconds remain on the power play, on which Bob Gainey's Dallas Stars will attempt to take a go-ahead lead into the dressing room after 2.
Guys that score big goals don't usually take a whole lot of penalties. Brendan Shanahan thrown right back out onto the ice now in another situation where he's out there for some more ice time. He's only the 2nd player in NHL history to get 50 goals, 100 points, and over 200 minutes in penalties. Kevin Stevens was the first player to do that just 2 seasons ago. Here's Evason with the puck now behind the net. Clears it off the boards out to center. Hatcher to chase it, but Matvichuk picks it up back in his own end. Richard Matvichuk with 30 seconds to go in the period has 15 seconds left on the Dallas power play. Hatcher to center to Eklund across the line. Back into the corner. Dean Evason in to try and tie up. Worked loose to Eklund. Kelly Eklund. Rink wide pass right out front. Gilchrist fires. It's wide. Eklund with it behind the net to Gilchrist. A shot. Save Joseph. Rebound. Knocked loose. And Barron's out of the box. Time running out in the period. The penalty's over. Back come the Blues. Barron to the corner. Centers it. Hatcher knocks it away with his gloved hand. It was in midair right in front of Wakaluk. And there's the horn to signal the end of play in the second period. What a second period as the Stars trailed 1-0 after 1. And in the second period, come back to tie it on the Modano goal. They go ahead on Corknall's score. And then Hull ties it again for the Blues. That's where we're at right now, 2-2 between Dallas and St. Louis. And the Stars again outshoot the Blues 15-7 during the second period. Two-period totals 33 shots for the Stars, 18 for the St. Louis Blues. We're still locked up after 40 minutes of play now, and we'll have more after these messages on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network. Major penalties. Major penalties are called for more serious behavior on the ice than minor penalties. Quite a few of the minor penalties can become major penalties if they cause injury. Altercations usually prompt automatic 5-minute major penalties, but minor stick fouls such as high sticking and slashing and penalties for cross-checking, boarding, charging, and elbowing can progress to 5-minute majors if an injury results. All majors are 5-minute penalties and allow for no substitutes. Coincidental major penalties do not allow players to return to the ice until the first stoppage in play following the 5 minutes of penalty time has expired. Join us next time for more Miller Lite hockey tips.
And St. Louis too. Third period should be something else. That game Sunday afternoon was something else, and it provided our shot of the game, which is brought to you by Whataburger. What a shot! Game-winning goal. How's that one for you? Craig Ludwig will get the puck out at the left point. Grant Ledyard will be all by himself in the circle to Joseph's right. The shot from Ludwig hits Ledyard, and it goes right inside of the left post. The Dallas Stars on this play take a 4-3 lead. Trent Klatt added a goal later to make it 5-3, and the Stars win game one. What a shot by Grant Ledyard. What does it take to win a Stanley Cup? Well, we went right to the horse's mouth, to a man who won a Stanley Cup in 1986. Number 17, Mike McPhee, was part of the Stanley Cup champion Montreal Canadiens in '86. He tells us how to do it.
Well, it takes a lot of things. A lot of things have to happen, and then, of course, a lot of things that you have to control. You talk about strong goaltending, goaltending being one of the keys, and it is, but there are a lot of other factors that come into play. You have to avoid injuries, which takes a little bit of luck. You have to have momentum, I think, going into the playoffs. If you look back to the last playoff, last Stanley Cup that the Oilers won, they didn't play that well during the season, but they peaked at the right time just before the playoffs, and they were playing their best hockey and went right through and won the Stanley Cup. And that's something you have to have, and I think that's something that we have right now. We've got a little momentum. We've got players playing with confidence. Playoffs is more intense. You have to step up your game, and everybody has to do that. And you have to be able to play maybe a little bit more disciplined, maybe take the glove in the face once in a while. So I guess what it comes down to is you need a little bit of luck, a lot of hard work and dedication, and usually the way it works out is it's the team that wants to win the most and wins the Stanley Cup, and especially this year with the league being so close, you've got 5, 6, 7 teams that have a legitimate shot at winning the Stanley Cup, and I think that's going to be the difference this year.
Team that won it twice in the 90s already, the Pittsburgh Penguins set an NHL record with their 13th straight playoff victory, a 7-0 win over the New Jersey Devils in Game 2 of the division finals in April 20th of 1993. Big time stuff going on. It's playoff time in the National Hockey League, and we've got highlights for you. The San Jose Sharks and the Detroit Red Wings, the Sharks' first ever playoff game, and they take a 3-0 win as Sergei Makarov scores on Bob Essensa. It's 3-0 Sharks. The Detroit Red Wings battle back. They tie the game at 3 on McCarty's goal in the third period. 3-3, the Octopus is on the ice. They can smell the win in Detroit. But wait a minute, it's 4-3 as Baker scores for the San Jose Sharks. Then Artur Zerbe misplays a puck. Greg Johnson comes in and kicks it through the pads of Irbe. After replay review, the goal stands, and it is a 4-4 hockey game. Nervous moments, but the Red Wings are rewarded. Then, big-time goaltending. Irbe with a save at one end. At the other end for the Detroit Red Wings, it's Bob Essensa making the stop. Late in the third period, the Sharks keep pressing, and the San Jose Sharks on the goal by Vlastimil Krupa take a 5-4 lead and win the hockey game. They win their first NHL playoff game in their first start. The Leafs and the Hawks battling. Big time battle. What is Ed Belfour thinking? You tell me. Long shot by Wendell Clark beats him from the blue line. It's 1-0. Then Doug Gilmour. Not many easier than that behind everybody. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are off and flying. Big shot by McCown from the point. It's 3-0 Toronto. They never look back. Joe Murphy spearing Mironov. And Murphy saying, who? Me? What did I do? Lots of problems. The Hawks got chippy. Belfour with a shot on Zezel, but it was Toronto 5, and Chicago won the final after Game 1. Lots of playoff action going on around the NHL. When we come back, Mike Forns will update you on that action. We will tell you what is happening first on the playoff series wire as the Rangers lead the Islanders 2-0. Bruins and the Canadiens are tied at 1. That series heading back to Montreal. The Caps tied the Penguins up with a win last night at Pittsburgh. That goes back to Washington. They're tied at 1. The Devils and the Sabres are tied at 1 after the Devils beat New Jersey last night 2-1. And the Canucks lead the Flames 1-0. Okay, I think I have it now. When we come back, Mike Forns will update you on all the action from around the NHL. We'll do that when we continue our coverage from Reunion Arena, Stanley Cup playoffs on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.
Well, here's what's happening in the other games out of town around the National Hockey League and those other series being played. Detroit has now beaten San Jose. That is a final score, 4-0. And the goal scorers Sean Burr, Bob Probert, Dino Ciccarelli, and Nicholas Lidstrom. 3 of those 4 Red Wing goals came in the third period. Chris Osgood gets the victory. Artur Zerbe takes the loss in that game. Chicago and Toronto are underway in sudden death overtime. In the first overtime, they're still scoreless. What a goaltenders duel between Ed Belfour and Felix Potvin in that game played at Maple Leaf Gardens. Still scoreless, and they're underway with the first overtime. Vancouver is at Calgary. They are underway. And right now it is 3-1. McInnes has scored a goal for the Flames. Brown has scored one for the Vancouver Canucks. And Neuendijk also scoring a goal. And as well Sullivan hitting. So Calgary leads 3-1 over Vancouver. And that's in the first period of play. Right here, 2-2. We'll be back to bring you the third period of this evening's contest after these messages on the Dallas Stars Hockey Network.